Have you ever wondered where to go for inspiration for your next new character playing D&D? Well, I've got a great tip for you coming up here in just a moment. Now, today, this is DnDaily number 98. I'm Gregory. Welcome to 1 in 20 D&D. I am very quickly going to talk about two things today, and I promise no spoilers. So, I went and saw Avengers Endgame last night, and I'm pretty jazzed about it. I felt like just talking a little bit about it today, but here's the catch. I want to show you how you can use movies to create great ideas and inspiration for your D&D or other RPG characters. So, first and foremost, what an awesome movie. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did see it in 3D last night and enjoyed every minute of it. It was a very interesting it was an interesting and amazingly shot movie. One of the cool things that I think that that they're doing with this one, and I also felt like they did a little bit of it in Captain Marvel too, is they're changing the pace of their movies, which is awesome. It's, in my opinion, when you're telling a story and you're creating a movie, it's easy to fall into the trap of having a movie like rushing forward for the whole 2 hours. Some movies have that like constant feeling of pacing. This movie didn't do that. They actually broke it up quite a bit, and some people might even think that the beginning started off kind of slow. And I thought it was refreshing and really well done and makes a lot of sense for the story they're trying to tell and the setup for the story, because we're supposed to be coming into this movie in a fairly intense moment, basically. So that was excellent. Of course, special effects were out of control. A star-studded cast. I mean, so many great people in this movie. And of course, if you've seen the other movies within the genre, within, of course, the universe, the Marvel universe, you've seen plenty of these characters and actors show up, of course, in the other movies. So, no big surprises there. It was still just a really cool movie. So, I was excited to see it. This is how I feel. I can't wait to see it again because there was so much in it. There's no way I'm going to get it all from one viewing. There's just no way. There was too much going on. And not even that. I got the whole story. I don't feel like I missed anything. What I'm suggesting is that there were so many little nuggets. Like if you've watched, let's say if you've watched Thor Ragnarok, or if you've watched, the Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever it is, there's all these little drops, these little golden nuggets of, like, whether you want to call them lore or Easter eggs or whatever you feel like referring to them as, these little, like, shout outs to other movies and other stories and stuff. And there was almost so much you couldn't keep track of it all. At least I couldn't. Like, there was just so much going on. So, super awesome movie, tons of fun, and here's the main reason I'm actually even bringing it up today, besides just the fact that it's a killer movie, go check it out. Have you ever, like, been stuck in a moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I need to come up with a character for this next game, or this game I'm about to start, and I don't know what I want to play, or I don't know what this person's going to be like, and check it out. Movies are a great way to source your inspiration. You can even go so far as to style, if you're going to try to do a voice or a character, you can try to style your voice, your inflections, your accents after a character from a movie. I would just warn you, be careful about making caricatures. Caricatures are when a character feels cliche or trope. Those are they grate on people sometimes. Like, not everybody likes that kind of stuff, and it's easy to fall into that trap. So find something to make your character unique, and you can generally avoid the tropes. And I don't mean something cheesy unique. I mean something genuinely unique, right? So I'm going to be a little more specific, and then I'm going to wrap this video up real quick. So just stick around for one more moment here as I say, here's what I'm talking about really specifically. Let's take a character, for instance, Captain America. Captain America would be a great paladin, would be a great fighter, not a great barbarian. Can you see where I'm going with that? Doesn't really fit the barbarian. Obviously, I mean Hulk. Obviously Hulk is a perfect barbarian. Easy, simple. You can follow, you can act like the Hulk, or you can talk like the Hulk. I had one of the characters did this in my game on the Tuesday game, and honestly, I was a little nervous at first, but I gotta say, it became engaging and fun. Perfect orc character, right? Because he made it his own. As long as you can do that, you won't fall into any problems. Black Widow would make an amazing, that's Scarlett Johansson's character. She would make an amazing rogue. She would make an amazing rogue. I mean, awesome. You could almost do her as a monk, maybe, especially like the Cobalt Soul, like where she extracts aspects or whatnot from, that's Matthew Mercer's specific subclass. So there's all kinds of cool ways to go in there. Obviously, I mean, Hawkeye, of course, your archer. But is it a fighter archer? Is it a rogue archer? Is it a ranger archer? You see, you take your inspiration, and then you figure out the specifics of the class you want to play. And I'm going to use Hawkeye and then wrap this video. I think Hawkeye is a really fascinating character. If I was going to use Hawkeye as inspiration, I probably would not make Hawkeye a ranger. I would probably lean more towards making Hawkeye a rogue. I feel like getting the bonus from sneak attack makes a lot more sense. I feel like if you threw in some pyrotechnic kind of stuff, like alchemist fire and that sort of thing, you might get a little closer. Plus, he's a spy, kind of, like he's kind of a secret agent, right? And Ranger, to me, doesn't have that feeling of being a secret agent, where if you make a rogue that's more like, you know, some more interested in intrigue and figuring things out, where they're good at interrogation, they're good at investigation and this kind of stuff, now I feel like you're getting more towards Hawkeye. I might even go so far as to do a fighter rogue, where you take the fighter class to get your archery fighting style to give you a boost to your attacks, and you're just going killing it with a short bow. So that's one simple example. I love coming up with these ideas. Why don't you share one of your inspirations or one of your ideas with me? I'd love to hear about that in the comments on this video. Please take a moment to share with me. In the meantime, stay tuned. We're getting awfully close to session DnDaily number 100 here, and I have something fun and silly planned for that. So stick around and check that out. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll see you next time. Until then, keep rolling 20s, and remember, it's your game. Play your way.